Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Adrienne in New York City. Hope all is well, and if this is your first time visiting me, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stumbling across my little humble YouTube channel here in my bedroom. I am in the midst of my 30-day 30 Lippie challenge where I am just testing and retesting all my lipstick collection. Formulas I love, formulas I don't love, dupes, things that I, haven't really used and want to understand why, things I overuse and want to understand why. It's just a way for me to really appreciate and familiarize myself with my collection. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned. I got myself all dolled up today because I felt like this was a very fancy formula. This was by a fancy brand. And I needed to kind of raise myself up to the occasion. And so today we are covering the Hourglass confession formula. I have 3 shades here, so I will be swatching them all for you and talking to you about the formula. So I have 2 that are in the component, and then what's great about this product is once you have some components or a component, you can just switch out the lipstick that's in it. It just snaps right out and allows for you to kind of play around, swap around. It's very nice, very thoughtful. I like that aspect of the lipstick for sure. Though the component is a bit dramatic, it also feels like a weapon. This sort of like, it's nearly sharp tipped. I wish it were just, it's very like sculptural and it's lovely and has it's very heavy, but I just wish maybe it were a little softer. But I digress. Let's actually talk about the lipstick. So on my lips right now, I have the color that is not in the component. This one called I Woke Up. And it's this like peachy nude. The formula is very opaque, and what's nice is that they're very slim lipsticks. So it's really easy to get inside of your lip lines. If you have small lips, this is a great product for that. Sometimes I know bullets, they're just so large, and not everybody has like large lips to apply lipstick to. So this one is really friendly for smaller lipped gals and gents. And then you can easily apply it, and it is quite waxy. So it's like a wax formula. I would say almost like it's an old-fashioned lipstick formula. It feels very luxe. It feels thick, so when I put it on, it's comfortable on my lips, but it's not necessarily slippy. I don't think this is the most hydrating lipstick. At the same token, it's not the most like mattifying, drying lipstick. It's somewhere in the middle. I almost want to say that if you like matte lipsticks and just want something that's not quite that matte, but you like the long wear, I feel like this is the other lipstick for matte lipstick lovers. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me, I just feel like this is a formula that if you don't like balms or kind of like glossy colors, things like that, this is the lipstick that like a matte lover would like. That's just a step away from being matte. It has a sheen. Like I said, it has a thickness, and it does transfer. So if I, it transfers. But even though it transfers, there's still full color left. And that's because of that thickness that I mentioned. It's almost as though you have like 4 layers of this product. And so you can blot, you can have it transfer on a cup or something, and there's still a lot of product left on your lips. It's also a nice base color to add a lip gloss to, and you can have a nice like shiny lip with a really pretty base. But really the key is that these lipsticks have really, really full color with one swipe, which is always very impressive. Um, so yeah, I'm going to take a minute and take this off and reapply another color. So this lipstick here is If Only in the same formulation. This is like a rose that has some terracotta in it. You know, it has a burnt rose quality. It's a really pretty everyday shade. Again, same thing, full opacity, not streaky. Um, Comfortable formula for like a more long wear, like I mentioned. I will say that I know that a lot of people, the price is could be much for this. But like I previously mentioned, once you have a component, you can just buy the refills, which you can have a little bit of a savings. You know, I know gram per dollar, you know, it's probably not the most affordable at all, right? It's a pricier lipstick. I will say though, how often do you go through a lipstick? I mean, how often should you be going through a lipstick? So if you're someone who has a reasonable collection, not like mine, and you go through your lipsticks and you really, really love this formula and these colors, it's actually, I think, quite nice. You can have one or two components, you know, the external packaging, which they come in different shades. This one is like a rose gold color, but they've had gold, they've had silver, and like a ghost packaging, which was like a clear, transparent sort of color. And then you could just buy the inserts. And these are really like small and tiny, and you can have a million of them. I mean, you can really go crazy with this line. So, you know, I wouldn't be so harsh on it for that. I will say something though. I'll start saying something about this. Kind of, I got a little nervous about just making this video. I wanted to really love these lipsticks, like love them, over the moon love them. I had been eyeing them for years. Some of my favorite YouTubers rave about the color and the colors and just the formula, and I really wanted to love it, and I almost bought them. And then one day I was like at my sister's and she was like, well, if you really want to try it, like here, just take mine. And my sister doesn't wear a ton of lipstick. She's more of a lip gloss gal, but she did have these three colors. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna have Hourglass lippies in my life. And so I got them and I was just really disappointed actually. I thought that the formula would be much more nourishing or much more just hydrating. Just, I like slip in my lipstick. That's why I made mention of it being maybe a formula that's like an alternative to a matte for a lot of people. For me, I don't gravitate towards mattes. I don't gravitate towards longwear lipstick. I gravitate towards lipsticks that make my lips feel great, hydrated, still provide a lot of color, but really are comfortable, that make me want to like smack my lips together. That being said, I'm not angry to have these in my life at all, because like I said, it is a comfortable formula. I would feel confident wearing this to work and knowing it's gonna not go anywhere. It doesn't slip anywhere, even when you're wearing a really strong color, which I'll be putting on next. So just hold that thought and I'll be right back. This is a stunning, stunning red. This is like a deep wine blood red. It's such a beautiful, beautiful color. So I actually like having a very deep color in this formulation, because I would actually wear a matte lipstick in a really, really deep red, because I know then it's not going to go anywhere. And that's always the hesitation with wearing super dark lipsticks. This is a formula that's more comfortable than a matte, more comfortable than a liquid lipstick. But it still provides that longer wear feel. It will stay put if you go to a party and you're drinking and eating and having fun. Yeah, you may want to blot a little bit and like apply a little more eventually, but you're gonna have a lot of lipstick, on your lips left over because of that kind of thick layer that it applies on your lips. And it is comfortable. Like if I'm talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, it doesn't feel like my lips are getting cracked or stretched or anything. And sometimes that happens with liquid lipsticks. You start to see those cracks in between, and it's just not cute. So this color here is I Can't Live Without. And I also will say the names are just beautiful. Like they're partial sentences that you can fill in the rest. Sometimes they complete each other. It's just a really nice touch. It's unique. It's, Hourglass is that. They're a pretty unique brand. And I feel like their products are really thoughtfully made. So I would really love to see, like what I would love to ideally see is Hourglass come out with a few components that are a different formula altogether. So maybe like call this Confessions, satin formula, longwear satin formula, whatever it might be. But then I would love to see a Confessions, sheen, or Confessions mirror formula, or I don't know, something else that will satisfy more of my, everyday wear. I would wear these more often if they were in a formula that was just more up my alley. And this just unfortunately misses the mark for me. But I know that this doesn't miss the mark for a lot of people. And I could see why. And I still am very happy to have these shades in my life. I think they are very rich, very beautiful shades. The peachy nude, not really into nudes, have a whole video on that. And this one's a really pretty flattering nude. The burnt rose color, super nice. Very similar to like my Walk of Shame by Charlotte Tilbury, or Walk of No Shame, or Charlotte Tilbury Am I Kiss. Very similar, but still almost like much more pigment than even what that formula from Charlotte Tilbury offers. So it's sort of, there's definitely a place for it, and I can see why people collect these guys. So anything else I need to say about this? It does have a little bit of a fragrance, nothing overwhelming. It is unique, I feel like, to this product, meaning I've never smelled a fragrance like the one that's in here. Very subtle, but it doesn't linger. So I have this on my lips and I don't really smell it or anything. So, I'm curious to see, have you tried the Confession formula by Hourglass? Do you love it? Why do you love it? Should I try a different shade? Yeah, I would love to hear. I'm going to make it a priority to try these out more often, because maybe if I wear them more, I will sort of develop a better opinion of like how they feel on a day-to-day basis. It's just, I think initially it was just the shock that I wasn't like over the moon with them, and I just sort of set them aside for a while and glared at them like, why aren't you the most beautiful formula, kind of thing. But I don't know, am I the only one that does that? Like when you have built up a product in your mind for so long and you finally get your paws on it and you're just like, no, why? I wanted it to be so much better. So that's that for the Confessions. Very quickly, I will touch upon what I'm wearing on my face if you're curious. I try to match my, I have the Hourglass little ghost palette that they came out with the 4 blushers. This was such a good deal when this came out. I wish that they would come out with more blusher palettes that are, that have just very, very different tones and varieties in it. So you can like get a taste of what is, what they have. The one on my cheeks is Brilliant Nude. It's a strobe blush, and it's this color here. And it's this really pretty nude that has like a a glow. It's really nice. So I thought that would be flattering with this look. On my eyes, because it's probably the most glaring thing, I am using the ColourPop Baroque palette. So this palette here, I never purchased the this one here, and I'm wearing a few shades. I'm wearing this one and this one, these two matte shades. I'm wearing this one on my bottom lash. I'm wearing this one and this one, kind of all over the place. Do your eye makeup first before your foundation if you're going to be using this. There is a lot of fallout, especially that a lot of these shades have these shimmers that require you to pack them on if you want to get any of that shimmer on there. It is a nice palette. It's much more unique than I initially thought it was. When I first got it, I was pretty disappointed because I was like, this is just a bunch of gray. What am I supposed to do with this? But once I started to play around with it, I realized it has more depth and more uniqueness. And I'm glad to have it because I never purchased from ColourPop their Blowing Smoke palette, which was very popular. And I don't really have a lot of gray eyeshadows. So I like to have that. I have this really solid quality gray black shadow, and everything else is kind of more run-of-the-mill items on my face. I won't touch upon them. I'm still on the fence with some of them and still playing around with others. So anywho, I hope all is well, and we will talk tomorrow for Christmas Eve, day 24, in this challenge. Okay, hope all is well. Take care, everyone. Bye.